Hello, this is Blake Levine. I am an author and founder of BipolarOnline.com and Blake Levine Coaching. Today I just finished an hour workout in this beautiful nature park in San Diego, and I wanted to do an educational lecture today about bipolar and depression and walking on your own path. So for all of us in life, we have a different path about what's going to happen in our journey here on earth. And for many of us, we feel like we don't have all the clear answers. And I was thinking about today when I was walking that I must take one step at a time. Even if it's a long hike or a long trail, you can't get to the beginning or the end in one step. And if you worry too much about figuring out how to get exactly to the completion part of the path, it can be very challenging and difficult. When you learn to stay in the moment and say, I'm going to take one step at a time. And this can go for anything you do in your life. If you're working, maybe you're worried that you have an 8-hour day or a 6-hour day or longer. And when you tell yourself, I'm going to take one step at a time today on my path at work. So what can I do to be helpful, to be encouraging, to be supportive, and to do my best work possible? And when you do that by taking one step at a time, it often leads to a better outcome, and the rest of your day is often happier and more joyful. I've also found that when we're facing a health condition like bipolar or depression or even any other physical or mental problem, when we say to ourselves, how can I get stronger and healthier one step at a time? And I remember when I was young and diagnosed with bipolar disorder, I wanted the instant answer and I wanted to be healed immediately. And as hard as it was to accept, I realized over a number of years that it would take time to rebuild my mind and my body. And even today, as I try to live a full life with a mental health condition, I've had to accept that my path is one of slow and steady progress. And even though there's times I want things right away and I want to see the success I feel I deserve, by doing one thing at a time over a lifetime, you develop a long history of success. And I want to pray for you today that wherever you are in your journey, that things get better and get brighter. One of the coaches that worked with me a few years ago told me to focus mostly on my path. For many of us, we look at other people and we see that they may have a bigger house, or they have more money, or they have a nicer car, or a better job, or a better business, or whatever it may be, and we can tend to get jealous and angry. And what the coach suggested for me was to focus on my own path, because each of us have our own role and our own responsibility, and we're all here to do different things. We're not all created exactly the same, and we must figure out how to walk on our own path. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video today. I have an awesome book called The Positive Worker, Developing a Winning Attitude at Work. Positive Worker was meant to teach lessons and stories to help those that want to stay successful in their career. I also have a book about mental health and addiction called Depression, Bipolar, and Heroin. My brother Adam died very young of a heroin overdose, and in his honor, I created this book to teach lessons about mental health and addiction. I also have a coaching program you can learn about at my websites below, BipolarOnline.com and Blake Levine Coaching.